every match prior to this stage. Unlike Golden Cake, who out of the 6 matches won 3 by 90 minutes and then won 3 by the penalty shootout. So obviously with this statistic, we'll be taking a look at who holds the blue ribbon or who will hold the blue ribbon at the end of 90 minutes. It's a tough game, no doubt about it. Golden Cake say they have prepared very, very well. And their fans have come from far and near. From the Choko, Dansoman, Mamprobi, Accra area. It cuts across to Tuba where they play their home matches in Division 1. They have amassed a lot of fans. And the fans are here to showcase exactly what they are made of. And like I told you earlier on, we will be taking a look at a lot of the activity that will be going on. There's a lot more going on behind us. But Nana, let's come back to basics and take a look at the strength of the Kotoko team as they go into the first 45 minutes.
Well, look at the strength of the Kotoko team compared to when Coach Prosper Nete-Ogum was coaching the team. You can see now their strength is their defense. They play more as a team that is ready to be more consecutive in terms of, protecting their back four, not to concede more goals. That is why you can see in their team, Lord Amwa is back into the right back position. Patrick Esiedu has been consistent from day one in the left back position. It looks like the coach is comfortable with Joseph Abolo and Henry Ansu partnership in terms of central defense. That is why he has pushed Samba Onel to the defensive midfield role to partner Andrew Sintimenu in the double pivot role, giving Baba Yaya the free room to operate as a typical number 10. Peter Abiduakwa and of course Albert Tama will operate from the rings, and of course Kwame Poku up front as the main center forward for Asante Kotoko. So it tells you they are more consecutive in terms of how they approach the game. That is the strength of the Asante Kotoko team. So it tells you Kotoko is not ready to concede today at the Legon Sports Stadium. That is the strength of the Asante Kotoko team. So they are more defensive than more of an attacking team today at Legon Sports Stadium.
I see, okay. But obviously one advantage that Golden Cake will have, and viewers, if you're watching us live, this is the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. This is the cultural display ahead of the big kickoff here tonight. And the fans are here, their numbers, they're waiting patiently. But this cultural troupe is also showing to the rest of the world what kind of rich Ghanaian culture we have in this country. It's a combination of drumming and dancing, but it is also a period where the dancing and the drumming sends a message out there to one and all that we are a peace-loving nation, we like our unity, and of course football is one tool that we use to bring peace and unity in this country. And so we've got the rich flamboyance of this cultural troupe who will be telling us that story to perfection. Whilst they do that, let's also take a look at what kind of strength Golden Cake will come into this game with. At least we know the Kotoko players and who to look out for. We may not have a fair idea of the strength of the Golden Cake team in terms of the quality of players. But Fifi has one thing that we all know. He's astute a coach and he's a very good tactician.
Yeah, in terms of his tactical dispensation, you can't take that away from him. He's one of the best in the country currently, especially this season under review. We've seen his team play in the MTN FA Cup against Hearts of Oak here at this same stadium, where they stifled Hearts of Oak, played the better football, created the better chances. But one thing that prevented them from winning the game in regulation time was that the goalkeeper of Hearts of Oak, Benjamin Asari, really brought his A game on board that particular day here and pulled off brilliant saves after saves to be able to drag the game into penalty shootout, where Golden Cake finally converted all their kicks and they ended up winning the game. Against Karela United, we saw how Karela United tried to break them down, but they stood resolute in terms of their defensive fortitude. With Fifi Parker, he lost to build from the back, play into the midfield, spread the ball onto the wing in a typical 4-3-3 formation with variations of 4-4-2 and the 3-5-2. So if you look at what he does, he's not a coach that comes into a game with a single tactical formation. He loves to vary his tactics in terms of gameplay based on what the opponents are doing. He adjusts his game plan to it. But at the back, that is where he has solidity. His goalkeeper, Calvin Kofi Saba, has basically kept them in the competition, because if you look at what they have done, they have kept maximum clean sheet in the competition. So it's difficult for teams to score against them. Then look at Roland Gripman, the captain of the side, who has been a solid rock at the back for them the entire season. Ever since they have Baba Adamu returning from Pando Heart of Lions to join them, together with him at the back, both of them have formed a formidable partnership at the heart of their defensive unit. And they'll be very, very resolute in terms of what they do. Up front, you look at Bless Ege, spotted in the number 99 jersey. That guy has been a sparkling spot in the team. He's very mobile. He plays both the middle as well. And then you look at Zakaria Mumuni, who at the point in time played for Mediama Sporting Club. He is a very solid player. So if you look at what they have exciting players dotted around the pitch. And their brand of football is a typical tiki-taka football. If you want to understand how they move about their ball. In terms of how they move the ball around the pitch, trust me, they are one of the best in the Division 1 and one of the best teams in the MTN FA Cup this season.
I see. Well, one name that reverberates when it comes to the Golden Kick team is a name Gripman. And don't mistake him for the Gripman who played for Accra Great Olympics. That's his twin brother who plays for Golden Kick. And so when he left Accra Great Olympics and made he made Abrankesi his next stop. I'm not too sure whether he's here, but he definitely would want to support his twin brother through and through in the MTN FA Cup final. But still to come, it's the big kickoff here at the University of Ghana Stadium. It is between Golden Kick and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Golden Kick are ably representing the Access Division 1 league. Kumasi Asante Kotoko perennially in the Ghana Premiership. According to the coaches, a win is a must for both sides. But we are yet to see which of the coaches is the hungrier of the two. Because when push comes to shove, Coach Karim Zito has played the FA Cup before. He's won the FA Cup before. He's managed and won the MTN FA Cup as a coach just the last season around, and this time around he would want to repeat the dose with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Fifi Parker tells me that, Prince, it is not about the logistics, it is not about the standings or the ability of the coach, but it is who is hungrier of the two sides when the teams get onto the field to play. And so the first 90 minutes, or should I say, let's break it down. The first 45 minutes will give us a fair idea of how the game will go. But the two sides say they are ready. The fans say they are ready. We are also ready here. And the first 45 minutes, Nanedu, how do I put it? Osha Abeko saying?
It's a difficult game. I see.
It's a tough game, huh?
A first half win for Golden Kicks.
You see a first half lead
for Golden Kicks, 1-0 for Golden Kicks. I fear for Kotoko because I've seen their games. The team struggle, especially in the first 20 minutes of their game, and they will pick after the 20 minutes, and they will go back, to factory setting after the 70th minutes. So most of the time, the last 20 minutes of every first half, I fear for Asante Kotoko. That is why I'm predicting a 1-0 win in the first 45 minutes for Golden Kicks.
But what about when Kotoko meets a team that plays, puts the ball on the turf, keep the ball to themselves? Because I also realize that sometimes they struggle against teams like that. Will today be the same?
Yes, they struggle against a possessive team. I watched their game against Vision FC last weekend at the Tamale Town Sports Stadium. In the second half, Vision FC scored 3 goals against them, winning the game by 3-1.
Yeah.
I saw their game against Accra Lions at Accra Sports Stadium. That was the game Kotoko lost by 3-0. So it means when you are facing Asante Kotoko, they struggle against a well-possessed team, a team being coached by a very good tactical acumen, and that is one thing that affects Asante Kotoko in their style of play. And I think Abdul Karim is a good coach in this country. He has noticed this from this Golden Kick chance. He needs to work on his team to make sure he gets the strength of this team. But I fear for them in the first 45 minutes.
Well, we are just about inching close towards the big kickoff. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of buzz here at the University of Ghana Stadium, and currently is the triumphant entry of the MTN FA Trophy, and it's the man who has won it before, Charles Asampong Taylor. He's the one who brings the trophy onto the field for the two teams to battle for it. Earlier on, we saw Charles Taylor in that Accra Hearts of Oak Kumasi Asante Kotoko legendary game, but it is the duty and the honor of Charles Taylor to usher in the MTN FA Cup, which he has done nicely and positioned it on the podium. This is the trophy that the two teams, Golden Kick and Asante Kotoko, will be battling for 90 minutes. It could be extra time, it could be penalty shootout. The fear of a lot of people is that should it end in 90 minutes, Kotoko have done it before. Golden Kicks have also done it before. Should it end at the penalty shootout, Kotoko are yet to win a match during the penalty shootout. Golden Kick have won the penalty shootout 3 times, and so it looks like they may have the edge as long as the match goes further and further. But at this stage, the statistics may not really play a part because they are coming onto the field with renewed vigor. The 2 teams will be joining us onto the field as it is led onto the center by Charles Taylor. Shows the trophy to the whole world. This is what the 2 teams will be battling for. And it's Charles Taylor's singular honor to do this job today by the kind courtesy of the MTN FA Cup committee. So he shows the trophy to the whole world. This is what we are playing for. He is going to reposition it, and then the teams will be ready for battle. The action station is here. Wherever you are watching, we are coming to you live on Max TV. And of course, thank you very much to you out there who have tuned your sets to Max. If you can join us here at the University of Ghana Stadium. If not, sit back, relax. Max TV has got you covered as we take you through. Nanedu says that he believes the first 45 minutes will be for Golden Kicks. You share that assertion?
Well, I don't begrudge him at all, because if you look at Golden Kicks, they love to put the ball on the turf. They love to exploit the weaknesses of their opponents. But if you look at Kumasi Asante Kotoko as well, Kotoko basically struggles to play against a possessive team. And Golden Kicks know their strength. They will not play into the hands of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. One thing that Kotoko got to do is they have to be calm, be disciplined, stick to the game plan, and learn to respect the occasion. Because the last time they were faced with a similar opposition, that was Nanya FC. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, with all their array of stars, struggled to be able to win that game, and they lost the game on that day at Accra Sports Stadium. Here this afternoon, they know the magnitude and the ramifications of taking this game lightly, and the opponent can be very dangerous. Okay. They can make life extremely awkward for anybody. But with the kind of firepower that Kumasi Asante Kotoko have, I think they have enough power to trouble Golden Kick this afternoon.
All right. So the time is now. This is the moment we are waiting for. The teams are ready in the tunnel. Nana, Dakwa, Jesse, and Josiah Aye are waiting in commentary position to bring you the first 45 minutes. Let's cross over now to see the entry of the 2 sides and the first 45 minutes. We'll join you again at halftime.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've been waiting for. Big shout out to the title sponsor MTN for holding us down. This is the MTN FA Cup final. I give you the Golden Kicks FC and Asante Kotoko.
Hello, good evening, pleasant welcome to the University of Ghana Sports Stadium here in Accra as the 2025 MTN FA Cup finals between Golden Kick FC and Asante Kotoko. It's been a fatal run for the Zone 3 Division 1 side into the finals of the competition against their much more experienced Asante Kotoko side, who have history backing them as they come into this game as winners of the competition on 9 occasions. Welcome to the University of Ghana Sports Stadium for the 2025 MTN FA Cup finals. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse, and I've been your comment
this game, and it's history aligned for both teams, because Golden Kick could become
from the 2 sides, expecting to push these 2 teams all the way to the final whistle. The last time Asante Kotoko won the FA Cup was back in 2017 when they beat their rivals Hatzabot by 3-1. That game was played in Tamale, and interestingly, that final was dubbed the unmissable, and this one is the unforgettable.
Exactly, it's quite unforgettable, especially for Golden Kick. What a run they've had all the way to the finals, and I think they'll give a final push. It's the last lap, and it's always the most important one. I believe Kotoko as well will be eyeing a place in the CAF Confederations Cup.
Some dignitaries from the Ghana Football Association, Ministry of Sports and Recreation, as well as the committee members of the FA Cup have turned up here. I've seen the Minister for Sports and Recreation, Kofi Adams, having a word with the referees for today's game. He's led by the Executive Council member of the Federation, Frederick Champon. Also following Freddie Champon is the match commissioner for today, Thomas Nunu, a retired Ghanaian referee, some management members of Asante Kotoko, Nana Pinkra, the IMC board chairman, former club PRO Kwame Boanuako, alongside the FA Cup committee chairman Wilson Atta, and then Frank Nelson Owonkolo. Samba O'Neill is wearing the captain's armband for Kotoko this evening, and he's leading the dignitaries in introducing his players. He seems to have gathered a lot of confidence from Abdul Karim Zito since he took up the job.
Exactly, and looking at the fact that he joined the team even after quite a number of the players in the setup also joined. He's exhibited quite a number of, a lot of leadership qualities, and I believe that's the reason why they deemed it fit to hand it over to him. And it's a new regime also under Abdul Karim Zito, and he believes that handing the captain's armband to O'Neill maybe might help steer, the club to where they have to be.
Substantive captain Frederick Crisari remains on the bench for the Porcupines. Justice Blair, who deputizes in the absence of Asari, is also on the bench. It's time for Roland Ategripman, the captain of Golden Kick, to introduce his players to the dignitaries led by the Minister for Sports and Recreation, Kofi Adams. This Golden Kick captain has a very interesting story to tell. His elder brother is Raymond Oko-Gripman. He plays in the Premier Division with Nations FC in Abrankasi. They nearly won the Premier League, but they missed out on the final day. And his twin brother has an opportunity to take a silverware home.
That's what he said. I had a chance to talk to him during the Friday evening training session, and he mentioned that he knows that his brother has missed out on a Premier League medal. Then he's hoping to make the family proud by winning it here. And ironically, Nations FC had to battle teams like Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Unfortunately, Gold Stars ended up winning it.
Just gone by was the national anthem of Ghana, observed by the two teams, dignitaries and fans alike here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. In a matter of a few minutes, this game is going to get going as Golden Kick chase history. The Porcupines are bent on returning to continental football, and the only route to club football in Africa is to win the FA Cup after missing out on the league title. Anyways, golden kick have indicated that they've got what it takes to represent the nation in Africa, so that's huge motivation for them coming into this game.
And that's their source of motivation, Nana Dakwa. They believe they have what it takes. You know, that contrary to popular narrative that they do not have what it takes, especially financially, to aid them play in the CAF Confederations Cup, they have debunked those narratives, saying that they have everything it takes, and their bankrollers are willing to push them further into Africa, because they could become the very first Division 1 Ghanaian side to play the CAF Confederations Cup. That is history for them.
Raymond Oko Gripman's younger brother, Roland Ate Gripman, is leading golden kick this evening, with the Congolese centre-back Samba O'Neill leading Asante Kotoko into battle this evening. All is set for the kickoff here. At the University of Ghana Stadium here in Legon. Asante Kotoko sporting their red jerseys. Karim Zito wants to make a name for himself. He won the FA Cup 2 seasons ago with Dreams FC and guided them all the way into the semi-finals of the CAF Confederations Cup, only to lose out to Zamalek of Egypt. It's a big day for him.
You talk about experience, and he has it way much more than the man in the opposite dugout. Yeah, Fifi Parker Hansen.
Fifi has carved the niche for himself as one of those coaches who have specialized in talent development and also scouting. So being in the finals of the FA Cup, no mean feat. You can describe it as a fairy tale run, but I tell you what, you can't take anything away from the quality of this golden kick side. They've represented this evening in blue and red strips, and Asante Kotoko in their red jerseys. So none of these players starting on both sides have won the FA Cup.
Interestingly, the last time Asante Kotoko won it was 8 years ago. That's quite a long time, looking at the phases of transformation this team has had to go through within that time. I think these players are itching to make history with the Porcupine Warriors. We just saw some legends play, and we want to replicate what they did earlier on.
It's the first foul. Golden kick. They're credited with knowing how to keep the ball and then dictating the pace of the game when they want to.
And you should always listen to the lecture from their head coach Fifi Parker Hansen on how to build up from the back, which includes their goalkeeper making it that extra man for them. And you'd really love it whenever they're under pressure, whenever they're under duress, how they do it calmly. And I believe they are in to exhibit that throughout 90 minutes for us.
Golden kick. Have got some defending to do. Here's Amidu Akwa. Good run from the winger. It's still Amidu Akwa. Cast it in. Kwame Opoku looking for Armour. He goes down in the box. calmly defended by Baba Damu. Steps forward, the centre back tries to initiate an attack from the back. Onto it is Joshua Hussaini. Lovely run from the youngster. Golden kick, get the first corner of the evening. And this evening they are represented by...
And that's the real first incursion for golden kick. And as the striker Joshua Hussaini doing the hold-up play over there, did so well to win the corner for his side.
Baba Yaya. Here is Samba O'Neill trying to locate Albert Amoa. Amoa goes up for it, but golden kick of a player down in Poyeboa seemed to have collided with Amoa.
That looks fatal to me. Just look at that coming from the hindsight of Amoa. That looks dangerous a bit for me. And it tells you already that the tempo of the game is quite high. Just 2 minutes into the game and already some high flying headers. Just look at that again. The lofted ball trying to find Amoa, and just, you know, Amoa was coming from the blind side of Yeboah.
Poyeboa up on his feet, been taken off by the medical team of Golden Kick. Hopefully he should be able to get back in the game. Here is Gripman. Little flick coming in from Bless Ege. Now for Sani, but the flag goes up. Offside against Golden Kick.
I trust you, we could be seeing this very often, looking at Kotoko's high line and that pacey, you know, attack. But I think that was very close. That shouldn't have been the call over there, Joshua Hussaini. He's already made his presence felt. He won a corner and then also this move.
Another decision that has been greeted with displeasure from the Golden Kick charges. It was Hussaini on that occasion.
Yeah, again, I think they would have to combine to try and stop him because he's very versatile. He can play through the middle as well as attack through the flanks.
Here is Patrick Asiedu. Now Peter Amiduako on the left. Kwame Opoku. A pass from Asiedu. Not good enough to locate Amiduako, but he is able to win a throw-in for Asante Kotoko. Got himself whacked down in the process. No foul, throw-in.
And that was the incident again. Peter Amiduako found himself in front, you know, of the defender, and just look at that. It was a tackle from Edward Bentun that just caught him late.
Kotoko, spot for choice on the bench. In the event Aqua is unable to go on and play, you have Dauda Sauka. He plays similarly like Aqua. Trey Dramana, Cheba for Samson Eduku, Imano Enchi. All of them could pop up in the event that he can't come in a game. I've also seen the Nigerian Fernando Basse been asked by Coach Karim Zito to start warming up.
It could be a huge blow to Master Asante Kotoko if Peter Amiduako is unable to continue.
Asiedu to take the throw for Kotoko, sends in a long one in the box, away by Bentum. Henry Ansu returns it. Good clearance from Yeboah. Free kick, Golden Kick.
And that's how they love to operate. They are never in a haste to, you know, just hit the ball long downfield. They always have that sense of mind, that sense of awareness, and the players are always under composure. Well composed.
Good ball in. Mate Ahmed Clever header back by Intimenu to goalkeeper Mohamed Kamara.
I think Peter Amiduakwa should be fine. He's begun to just, engage in some slide jogs and all that. He's been well attended to. He should continue.
Poyeboa, very skillful on the line. He goes down. Golden kicker expecting a free kick.
That's why they needed him. For a moment when he got injured, you could see the face on Fifi Parker-Hansen, the head coach of Golden Kick. Wasn't so pleased with that. It tells you his quality down the left-hand side. Gives them so much options whenever he bumps forward.
Lord Amwa, Intimenu. Amwa finds his former teammate at Brecum, Chelsea, and Riansu. Now Ablo trying to pick out Aqua. Now it's Siedu. Pressure coming from Bless Ege. That wins a free kick for Asante Kotoko. Siedu is trying to pick out Kwame Opoku. There's a poor touch from the striker. But Yaya wins it. Referee whistles. Latif Dari.
And it's the 10 in midfield. Abla Zakaria unaware of that press from Baba Yaya.
Here is Gripman. Kotoko take possession through Yaya. Here is Samba Onyu, the captain of the day. That drive goes agonizingly out for a goal kick, but that was a good move from the Porcupines.
And tactically, that's why he's been played as a DM, because he has that ability to bump forward and hit such, very hard shots. That was a rocket. Unluckily for him, he failed to hit the target, but you can see clearly there's so much quality in this Kotoko team, and it's that hybrid system where he's been operated as a DM and then also sometimes as a centre back when they are defending.
Aqua. Golden kick retrieve possession. Yeboah Adamu. Clever play from the centre back. Zakaria Momoni gives away possession. Here is Albert Amwa. But the Yeboah recovers really well for golden kick. Calm and composed on the ball without any pressure on them. Golden kick.
I believe that's the philosophy, and it doesn't change no matter what the opposition or who the opposition is. They still stick to the plan.
And here the goal. Golden kick. Da Costa Owusu, very skillful, tries to cut the ball in. Henry Ensu nearly made a mess of it, but Kamara was there at the right time.
Yeah, we'll show you respect before the game, but during the game there's no respect. Just look at that. And that was nearly a costly mistake coming off the Asante Kotoko defender.
Here is Zakaria Momoni. Golden kick giveaway possession. Here is Aqua. Lovely 10 from Aqua. Opoku makes the run, but Adamu very much alert. Curtails that move from the Porcupines. He wants options, but he finds none. And his teammates as Kotoko win back possession. Here is Amwa. Now Yaya. Menu. Samba O'Neil. Good through ball to Aqua, but he's unable to control as Gripman. 6 for support from goalkeeper Mohamed Kelvin Kofi Saba. Not really tested in the opening stages of this game.
Not at all, and both teams are keeping their shape. No one, trying to move out of shape. It's the similar 4-2-3-1 from Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and then also the 4-3-3 with 2 attacking midfielders from Golden Kick, and that's how they love to play, especially with one DM. Allows room for the 2 other attackers or attacking midfielders.
Here is Yeboah. It's a good ball to Ege. Tenson looks for space to drive. It is still Golden Kick trying to make something count from this move. Zakaria Momoni. Good play from Golden kick. Now here is Joshua Husseini down the right. Can they score the opening goal? And that cross just eluding everybody, including the golden kick.
They are turning on the heat in another part. Just look at that. Flashes across the face of that Kotoko goalpost. And that's where you need to commit more men forward. And I think they are gradually growing in confidence. But the way they move the ball around, so swift, so lovely, and they just know how to find men in those, pockets of spaces. Golden kick.
Here is Asiedu, sends the long one and trying to find Opoku. Gripman is behind him. Opoku wins it for Aqua. Here is Samba O'Neil. He's been playing in central defense for most part of the season, but because of his versatility, he's been moved to the defensive midfield role and he's been good. Amwa wins the foul for Kotoko.
It's Zakaria Mumuni, I believe the culprit. Not really seen him in action though, but that was a forceful effort from Zakaria Mumuni. You talk about golden kick, and that's one of the strengths of the team as well. You find wide men always trying to double up on opposition attackers, helping their fullbacks do the job, relieves them of some pressure, they save energy whenever they want to attack.
Lord Amwa to take the free kick, swings one into the golden kicks area. Aqua shows interest after that ball was headed wide. Aqua returns it to Yaya. Yaya is trying to find Ablo, but golden kick get it away. This could be a promising move for golden kick. Husseini sends in a cross. Zakaria is arriving, brings it down. Good reaction from Kamara. The Kotoko goalie had to be spot on with this reaction, and he's gotten himself injured in the process.
That was a nasty collision. Kamara, another swift counter-attacking move. 3v3 at this point, and the cross a bit overhit, but then Husseini did well to get at the end of that one, and the cut back into the box for Da Costa to latch onto that one. It was quick reaction from Kamara, and that was clearly unintentional from the golden kick attacker. I tell you what, if Kotoko tried to take the gamble, trying to push ball mid forward, they could be punished for it, because this golden kick boys are very, very, agile. They are very, very pacey.
The last time a Division 1 league side won the FA Cup, it was against Kotoko in 2011, and it was Abedi Ayu Pele's Nania FC who beat Kotoko to the title. Here goes Amwa. Good run. Foul committed by Joshua Husseini. Free kick Kotoko. Referee reaches his pocket. We might just see the first yellow card of the evening. Referee Adari. It's a very silly foul to commit.
A bit cynical there. Gripman is complaining. Albert Amwa is beginning to be the threat Kotoko would need from the right hand side. Since that Peter Amidwapa knock, we've not really seen him in action, but at the right hand side it's been Albert Amwa, with some blistering pace over there, making it difficult for Paul Yeboah and then also Bless Ege.
"16 minutes. Kotoko and golden kick yet to produce any goals here. Kelvin Kofi Saba is making sure the wall is well constructed by Da Costa Owusu and Zakaria Husseini.
And those where they need to be very careful. Golden kick, their first real test of the game.
As many as 8 Kotoko players in the golden kick area. Golden kick have everybody behind the ball. Here's Lord Armour to take the free kick. He's been solid for Kotoko since joining from Brecum Chelsea at the start of the season. Something funny just happened. Referee collided with one of the golden kick players. Referee whistles and Armour swings it to the far post. Ablo has the ball and does the open goal for Asante Kotoko. Ablo headed it onto the head of Kwame Opoku, and the Porcupines are in the lead at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium 2025 MTN FA Cup Finals, and the Reds are on top at this point.
Well deserved. We saw danger looming. Danger was looming for golden kick. I believe they never heard that sound. They never heard that one coming. And that's how you get punished sometimes. It was the third foul in that area for Kumasi Asante Kotoko already in the game. And just look at that. Lifted into the box and that return ball. And, you know, the protest already, but I believe that was just as clean as a whistle. And just look at that. He was onside, and that was a good goal.
Very instinctive reaction from the striker. That's a poacher's finish. Opoku knows where to be at the right time, and he made no mistake because the ball was even heading towards goal already. And Opoku makes no mistake. He's been Kotoko's go-to man for goals since joining. He's done that a couple of times for them in the cup and as well as in the just ended Premier Division. Tall mountain for golden kick to climb. Down by 1 goal against Kotoko. See how they respond. Samba O'Neill commits the foul on Da Costa.
And they are not relenting at all, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, despite going 1 up a couple of seconds ago. They are keeping up with that pace. They are trying to press very, very high because they understand that with this golden kick side, quite, you know, a lot of youthful exuberance, you just don't give them too much space.
Golden kick of a free kick.
It was quite even, you know, in the first 15-20 minutes until Kotoko just unleashed that one, and it tells you sometimes when experience calls, you know, everything just goes
Long ball from Zakaria. Ege. This time, Ensu will not panic.
Zalian, he does the job neatly there, you know, try to force Ege a bit wide, making that reverse pass into the 6-yard box. Very, very complicated for him.
It's a long throw from Kamara into the half of golden kick. Ege beats Esiedu to it. Entum allows the ball to roll up. Out for a throw. Gripman to Baba Damu. They formed a very solid partnership at the back in the Division 1 league. Henry Ensu has been forced to commit to himself as a throw-in, but golden kick. Yaboa. Referee has whistled because this seemed to be an off-the-ball incident that caught Albert Armour.
Yeah, it came in a flash. That was it. That was the incident between Armour and then also Zakaria. I think Armour is making a whole lot out of it. It was an extended arm, clearly, which I don't think caught him in the face though, but the tussle between the two players went unnoticed by the referee.
Time to regroup and relay the information once more. Fifi Parker-Hansen knows it's certainly not over for them.
No, I doubt it's just too early to call it day for golden kick. Yeah, they know they are playing against giant Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They know they are playing against some of the best players in the local league, but they understand that they also have history to make, and they will have to dig deep, especially knowing they are go down.
Hussaini Baba Damu, Roland Gripman. Poor ball from Adamu. Zakaria thinks he was the right man to be given the ball, but he was aiming at Yeboah, unable to keep it in.
Quite some distance between himself and the fullback there.
Samba O'Neill, very hard tackling player. Referee Dari calls the Kotoko captain to caution him.
It's getting even more heated here. And with Kotoko, they understand that sometimes you need physicality in your game, to stop such very, very tricky opponent. And they are not allowing Golden Kick any chance at all as far as the 50-50 balls is concerned.
Da Costa Owusu. Good ball down the right from Husseini. Asiedu keeping it very tight at the back.
That was a hard tackle, but then finding that extra man in space, and it was Edmond Bitum, the right back, trying to overlap on that occasion. They work with spaces. Golden Kick.
Bless Ege to take the corner for Golden Kick. The throw, the Porcupines by Goltonel. Here is Ege. Ege bends one to the near post, away by Intim Menu. Baba loses possession here. Is Yeboah. He's gone all the way to the right side to help matters. Ablo. Esiedu. He's got two Golden Kick players to contend with. They seem to have won the sympathy of that assistant referee, but it didn't look like a clear foul on him.
It didn't, and on that occasion you would say that Patrick Asiedu was quite fortunate. He just won the sympathy of the linesman there. It was the press. These boys do not stop running, and Ege just can't believe it. And already he switched sides with Zakaria Mumuni to the right hand side. Zakaria Mumuni also operating from the left, and that's how versatile they are, even together with their marksman Joshua Husseini.
Mohamed Kamara to take the free kick. Kamara just gives the ball away for Golden Kick throw. Ege. Yeboah. Good play from Yeboah. And ball falls to Zakaria Mumuni. Good clearance from Ablo. And Kotoko on the counter. Here is Albert Amoa. Now Intim Menu. He sees Aqua on the far left, and Aqua has got Bentum to beat. He finds Yaya. Amidu Aqua up against Gripman. That's what to find Baba Yaya again. Now here's Intim Menu. He fancies a long drive, but it's blocked. Dari intercepts play, but advantage will go to Golden Kick.
At least you'd say all 23 men on the pitch have had a touch of the ball, but it's a risky ball from both sides. Risky approach, high line, attacking with fewer men sometimes when the need be, but I think it's been end-to-end stuff here.
Joseph Ablo, the Kotoko defender, has gone down. The Kotoko medical team attending to him. Kotoko have got central defenders on the bench in Justice Blay. No, your natural centre back, but can play in that position. They can improvise, bring in a right back, and then revert to a 4-back system.
You would say he saved them on that occasion, Ablo. That was a timely intervention to just clear that off the path of the approaching Golden Kick attacker.
He returned from injury just a couple of weeks ago.
That doesn't look like the face of a coach who has his team, one down. Fifi Parker talks about how, even outside football, he wants to bond with these players, and you will understand why these players would always put their lives on the line for him and always try to win for him.
So Adari will drop it to the advantage of Golden Kick after he intercepted their move forward. Gripman to Baba Adamu. Adamu locates Yeboah. Zakaria finds Gripman. Ege gives it away to Opoku. Da Costa Owusu trying to pick out Yeboah. Good interception from Amoa. Here's Da Costa Owusu. And to clears it away. Intimenu. Zakaria Mumuni was Intimenu senior back at the academy when they all played for the West African Football Academy. He left to join AS Vita Club in Congo. Later returned to join Diana and now playing in the lower tier for Golden Kick. Now here is Fuseni, stopped in his tracks by Samba O'Neill, who thinks it shouldn't have been a foul for Golden Kick.
Yeah, but the referee had a different idea there. He played the advantage, and then that was it. It was the earlier trip from in team. You can see Zakaria Abdullahi, just holding on to that ball at least for a few seconds.
Golden Kick moving forward, but Samba O'Neill commits another foul, and this time referee will flash his yellow card to the Kotoko captain.
They were caught sleeping, and for a split second that nearly resulted in a goal for Golden Kick. That was a quick break, and that was quite an unfamiliar territory to lose the ball. And then you can see how they break so fast, and is the marksman for them. He's been quiet all evening, Da Costa Owusu, and with that dazzling left foot of his could have unleashed the shot, but for that intervention.
Free kick for Golden Kick. They might have something up their sleeves after going down through that Kwame Opoku goal. So Samba O'Neill's yellow card confirmed. At this point, he's going to play with a bit more caution because another bookable offense, and it's early shower for him.
Yeah, and that's what coaches sometimes try to avoid, especially when you're playing in such, a sensitive area like he is now as a DM, and then also sometimes as a centre back, because you always find yourself trying to block every attack by the opposition. And this time he wasn't, at his quickest. He wasn't just there to stop the attack cleanly. And you'd be thinking this is just some few limitations on how he's going to defend for the rest of the game.
free kick. Poyeboa has a good left foot, but he leaves it. Again, he bends one, and it's a stunner. Glorious goal by Bless Ege. Absolutely magnificent. What a strike from Ege. He scored in the semi-finals against Atram Divisa and is leveled in the finals against Asante Kotoko. It's golden kick 1, Asante Kotoko 1. That was an absolute stunner. Glorious finish.
Absolute breathtaking. This is magnificent. And just show me that again. What a goal that was. And this is a goal that befits a final. No chance at all for the wall. No chance at all for Kamara. Just look at that. Technique, accuracy on point. And this is a goal worthy to be scored in the final. And they look stunned, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, because there was absolutely nothing anyone could have done about this goal. Not even the best goalkeeper currently in the world could have saved that.
The angle, the precision, the bend. And Kamara will be thinking, could I have done anything about it?
Sorry, nothing he could have done.
Golden kick level is 1-1 at the University of Ghana Stadium in the MTN FA Cup Finals. That's a foul committed by the goal scorer of golden kick, Bliss Ege.
You could only imagine what that goal does to your confidence now. Even, you know, when they were a goal down, they were still pushing.
Aqua, his drive ricochets off golden kicks. Mate Ahmed for a corner to Kotoko.
Right after scoring, it's a moment for them to, you know, keep their concentration levels very, very high. They've conceded from a set piece not long ago, and I believe maybe they might resort to man marking instead of the zone out for this one.
Patrick Asiedu delivers. Enso goes up for it. This time, golden kick calmly defend your lines and Da Costa's clearance. Fuseni, Adamu, Da Costa. Good play from golden kick Joshua Fuseni. Zakaria Momoni is up against Amoa. He wants to cast through the middle. Fuseni lays one to Yaboa. Shot off the ball by Lord Amoa. Mate Ahmed to Da Costa, sends one to Zakaria Momoni. That's a fair challenge from Henry Ensu.
Fair, clean over there, and this is the time they turn the heat on Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and this is what a goal can do to your confidence, like we spoke about. Zakaria Momoni in a very, very promising position there. You can see you don't let off your guard. Henry Ensu.
Golden kick of a corner by Zakaria, headed away by Ablo. Kamara is fouled, he gets a free kick.
Yeah, and they are threatening now for the second. That was a pinpoint ball into a dangerous area. You could see the Kotoko defenders doing quite a lot there.
Some more thinking to do for Karim Zito. There's a push on Opoku by Adamu.
He's really cleaning up Baba Adamu, playing more as a sweeper to the Ripman. Also complementing his efforts in central defense.
So Zakaria Momoni gets himself a needless yellow card. He shouldn't be arguing with the referee, Momoni. That's why he's been pushed back by his teammate Joshua Tijani. Salifu Zakari. Lord Armour has the ball towards Samba. Cross from Opoku. Armour went in for it. Last touch seemed to have come off the golden kick defender, so it's a corner for Asante Kotoko again.
Right, dangerous there, but very direct from Kwame Poku, the goal scorer, and the goalkeeper misjudging that.
Baba's corner. Good goalkeeping from Kelvin Kofi Saba.
Yeah, another floated cross from that corner by Babamo Yaya there. You talk about the height of the Kumasi Asante Kotoko defense, and I think they could use that to the advantage. We've already seen them score for it from a set piece, and it looks like they are really using that to the advantage. The likes of Ensu, Samba O'Neill, and Co.
Goalkeeper Kelvin Saba, a product of the Pope John Senior High School and also Great Somas Football Club. Delivers looking for Zakaria Momoni. Ansu tidies up really well. Opoku. This time Adamu is beaten to it, but Opoku falls in the process. Da Costa twisting and turning really well. He goes past Samba O'Neill, and Samba O'Neill must be careful. He's already on a yellow card.
He should be careful, and you can see that trickery from Da Costa. He had possession. He lost possession, and with Da Costa on the ball, there's very little you can do to dispossess him. He's just a wizard on the ball.
Zakaria Momoni loses the ball to Armour. Here is Lord Armour. The right back is moving in confidently, but that's some good interception coming from Zakari Abdullahi.
It was just great defense from Zakari Abdullahi, trying to stop Armour in his tracks, and it did so magnificently.
Armour delivers. Bless Ege clears. Golden kick of a player down is Adamu. Kotokos. Aqua has the ball out for a goal kick, but in the meantime, Adamu would have to be attended to.
And I think if Kotoko stands a chance of scoring again, then perhaps it would be through, or come by a header, because we've seen them threatening, seen them so dangerous with the set pieces and the headers. Adamu, some sort of pain after that collision there. And it's quite palpable they've learned their lessons after conceding that earlier goal through the header by Kwame Opoku.
Golden kick beat Brecum Chelsea. But golden kick actually beat Kotoko beat Brecum Chelsea in the semi-finals. But Adamu powered them. And then golden kick. They were the toast of the fans in Takwa when they beat Achang Devisa by 3-1 in that epic semi-final game. And in that game, Bless Ege was on the score sheet, so that's Asante Kotoko's goal. Ablo with a header, and Opoku just guides it into the net for the opening goal.
For marking.
And this one is the talking point of the game at this point.
I doubt anyone will have anything to say about this goal. Nah. That was a well-hit goal. Could end up winning the goal of the tournament.
It obviously has the potential to win the goal of the tournament. Poku shows great desire, but ball is cleared by Mate Ahmed.
It's been a composure for me from Golden Kick, aside playing in the Division 1 Zone 3. And they've done so well without the ball, how they've pressed, how they've stayed disciplined, even though we've seen, tempers rise at some point. I think kudos to the head coach, Fifi Parker-Hansen, for putting up such a formidable team. They've been resolute.
Golden Kick plays sit in Zone 3 of the Division 1 League. That's the highest position they've attained since gaining promotion to the Division 1. They won 12 matches, drew 7 games and lost 11 times. They scored 41 goals in the process and conceded 10 goals in 30 Division 1 league games. Conceded 30 goals, as a matter of fact, 31 goals in 30 Division 1 league games. Not even the winner in Zone 3, that's Hull United, could even get to the semi-final. Zakaria Mumuni, that's a good stop from Kamara. He had to stretch and get that one for the Porcupines.
That was admirable from the Asante Kotoko shot stopper.
Amwa up against Yaboa. There was a slight push, but it doesn't merit the penalty call.
I doubt it does, but end-to-end stuff. Just right away we saw Golden Kick attack, and that was that earlier chance that fell the way of Zakaria. Full stretch, he had to do it. That was just a good save from Kamara.
Abdullahi, long searching pass. He wants to find Ege, but Kamara is quick to react. Asiedu.
Don't stop running, Golden Kick, and it's how they press for me. And you would always enjoy a class, by Fifi Parker-Hansen on how Golden Kick would always try to press and win the ball in the third half, and that's where they create their overloads. They always want men forward just to ease off that pressure on the midfield and then their defenders.
Adamu is trying to pick out Husseini, but doesn't quite get him. Da Costa to bless Ege. He's giving Lord Esiedu so much to worry about. Fans feel there should have been a foul for Golden Kick after that tackle by Esiedu on Ege. Da Costa, Owusu, lovely turn around. Here is Mate Ahmed. Can't go past Intimenu, who gives the ball away again. This time it's Abdullah Zakari.
You wonder if they are playing with an extra man because they are pressing so high. They win the second balls, and that's where Kotoko are placing second. They are not really winning the second balls.
Golden Kick, they've been a delight to watch. Especially this boy Da Costa. Now your boy also scored in the semi-final against Acham Divisa. He puts 1-2 looking for Fuseni, but too much weight on that pass.
Yeah, just too much. But they're still breaking the Asante Kotoko lines, and I'm struggling to find that partnership between Team and Samba working. We spoke about Samba getting himself booked. It's really limited him with his movement and also the tackles.
We're almost wrapping up the first half of this game. We're going to do 3 minutes of additional time. Lovely play, beautiful footwork from Da Costa. Now Ahmed to Ege. That's what to keep it in. Now Bentum. Goal kick. Golden Kick protest because they feel it should have been a corner.
I thought it was a corner. I thought that was a corner, but then it was Bentum just tussling over that one with Patrick Asiedu, and I believe the last touch came off the Asante Kotoko left back. You have to allow these young boys for the shift they are putting in this evening, and I've really enjoyed how they've set up with the ball and how they've been able to beat the Kumasi Asante Kotoko press.
Timenu commits a foul just around the middle of the park. Gripman looking for Ege. Now Bentum. Gripman to Saba. Very confident on the ball, Kofi Saba. Aqua. Good skill. Now Baba. Yaya. He's got Amo on his right. Picks him up. Zakaria Mumuni with a very hard tackle on Kotoko player.
Yeah, that was a lot of work. That was cynical from Zakaria Mumuni. He's already on a yellow card for dissenting. You understand why Parker Hansen is, fuming on the touchline, because that could have been a sending off for Zakaria Mumuni. Very, very fortunate to still be on the pitch after that cynical challenge. He's done a fine job.
He's done a good job, decent job from the onset of the competition. They began by beating Kotoko Royals 1-0 in the preliminary stages. Followed it up with a 1-0 win against Wafa in Sogakope. Then they came through to win in the round of 32 against Dambot on penalties after the game had ended 2-2. And Justice Blay know that Golden Kick can be troublesome.
He's appreciating, their quality from the bench, and himself is a game changer. We've seen him do that from the DM position, centre back sometimes, and then also even at the right back position.
So Golden Kick actually kicked out Hasselhoff from the FA Cup, and they've held Kotoko 1-1 at halftime here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. The 2025 MTN FA Cup Finals heads into the break with Golden Kick 1, Asante Kotoko 1. Goals from Kwame Opoku and Bless Ege.
All right, so the first 45 has come to an end, and what a game that we have seen. For those who are watching far and wide, the consensus is just obvious. There is a thin line between Premiership football and Division 1 football. the class that has been shown here by Golden Kick leaves much to be desired. It's been a very, very tough game, and no wonder at the end of the first half, it's even Steven so far as the first half is concerned. My panelists, Blackgate and Nanedu, are still here. I'll find out from them whether their expectations were met, at least as far as the first 45 was concerned or were concerned, and then we take a look at what to expect in the second half. But it's been all fun. The fans here have loved every bit of it, and they've been cheering for 45 cities. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We are here, and let's find out how the first 45 minutes went for you. I'll start with you, Blackgate. Was it to your expectation?
Absolutely blockbuster. That was a bloodbath over the course of 45 minutes here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. By far, the best MTN FA Cup final first 45 minutes I have watched in about 5-6 seasons.
Wow.
If you look at what Golden Kick basically brought on board in that first 45, sparkling football, interpositional movement, Kumasi Asante Kotoko being tidy, trying to play to the gallery. It's been extremely entertaining, and the fans love every single bit of it. Trust me, if they tell you this is a Division 1 team playing against a Premier League team, they have never been bullied by the occasion.
Okay.
Golden Kick, Coach Fifi Parker Hansen, basically, this is a perfect advert for him and his team. Also, Da Costa in number 10 JC. Super player, Bless Ege, popped up with an absolute scorcher to equalize for Golden Kick in that first 45 minutes. I think basically what Golden Kick have done there, they've played the better of the exchanges, they've created the better chances, they played the better football. And football serves the reality here. They never deserve to go in the first half trailing.
All right.
So the first half score is a true reflection of what we've seen in that first 45 minutes.
True reflection according to the gospel of Blackgate. Nanedu, what do you make of the first 45 few minutes? So we joined that.
Remember, I was in the studio with you on Thursday, and I told you we are going to witness the best final you've seen in the MTN FA Cup, and you can see it's in the first 45 minutes. I like the way you introduced the show that there's a thin line between the Division 1 football and the Premier League.
Premiership. I mean,
and you understand it, especially when you watch Zone 3 of Ghana football, where Olympics, Golden Kicks, Atwambi Bisa, Hohoe United, Port City find themselves.
All right.
They are playing some good football in that particular zone. That is why you can see their route to the final. They've met some of the big teams in the MTN FA Cup, but they've been able to pass through and be in the final. So I think Golden Kicks they've done their best.
Okay.
I told you in the last 20 minutes of every Asante Kotoko game, in the first 45 minutes they struggled. So I remember before we were going to the first half, I said it.
All right.
Kotoko will concede in the last 20 minutes of the first 45 minutes. And you've seen it.
All right, let's revisit the first goal in the game. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, lots of pressure, and free kick was floated in, nicely made there. There was a struggle for it, but hey, the class again was super. Blackgate, take us through.
Well, if you look at the ball from Lodamwa, he pinpoint accuracy, whipped into the den, then heads went up. Golden Kick tried to salvage the situation from the far end. They couldn't. But a poacher in Kwame Poku being left alone there, that is suicidal. Right place, right time to head home the opener for Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
All right. Let's take a look at how Golden Kick were able to bounce back into the game and put smiles on a lot of the faces. Again, from the set piece.
Yeah, if you look at it, Bless Ege, the very moment he stepped behind the ball, we kept saying, this boy with the kind of composure he had, there was no way any goalkeeper on this planet was going to save this ball. Look, the precision, the accuracy, he picked the moment, picked the spot, and let fly. He knew exactly what he was doing. The execution was top notch, and that was a perfect befitting for the player. He has been by far the most sparkling player for Golden Kick in terms of the attacking permutations. Everything he touched in that attacking third paid off to premium. And I think if Golden Kick will cause much more problem, he is the main anchor. Through him, they can be able to channel their energy through, because he's a top-notch player.
So obviously the second half beckons with 1-1 at halftime. Clearly, there's nothing to separate these two sides. But Nanedu, there's a lot to look forward to in the second half. Personally, I thought that Golden Kick started very well, put the pressure on Kotoko. Can they replicate it in the second half?
It will depend on the first 15 minutes of the game. Most of the times, a big team like Asante Kotoko will like to come back into the winning ways in the first 15 minutes of the second half. They will try to put more pressure on the Golden Kick defense. That is why Golden Kick need to be careful. I know in the second half they would like to throw men forward more. I don't like the way Albert Amwa is operating from the wings. I think Albert Amwa, one of the top strikers in the Ghana Premier League. I prefer him being around the 18-yard box than coming from the wings. That is why I'm expecting Albert Amwa to go into the 18-yard box most occasions. But I think because of the presence of Kwame Poku, the coach prefer Albert Amwa operating from the wings rather than being in the center forward role. Baba Yaya has been deep much more than being the main man behind the main striker. He has been deep in the midfield much more than being a typical number 10 in the Kotoko setup. But I think going to the second half, he should be closer to the goalpost than being the center part of the field. And that is one thing Kotoko need to work on the second half.
But obviously, Golden Kicks have not been overawed by the fact that they are playing against the Porcupine Warriors. Indeed, like we said earlier on, the difference is very, very minimal. They have lived up to expectation, and for 45 minutes, they have shown their class. They have the crowd behind them. They know that the University of Ghana playing field is a familiar terrain. This is where they beat Accra Hearts of Oak. They believe that this is where they will end the misery of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But like Coach Karim Zito said, it's all to play for. We'll share with you some of the stats on screen.
The possession. You look at the possession there. Golden Kick basically played the better football.
53%.
53%. Look at the chances created. And you can tell that in terms of the attacking play, they've had much more shots there. And for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they have to look at themselves and they have to be very cautious because they are not trading properly. Because if Golden Kicks should take a lead in this game, it will be an awkward game for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Kotoko needs to stick to the game plan, be disciplined, be resolute. Because if you look at Golden Kick, if you look at Edward Bentum, Abdullah Zakari, and Joshua Fuseni, the three main men anchoring the central midfield for them, their movement on and off the ball has been superb. And Golden Kick have not played into the hands of Kumasi Asante Kotoko in that first 45 minutes. They've made sure they stick to the game plan, stick to the 4-3-3 with variations of 4-4-2. And it has worked to perfection. For Kumasi Asante Kotoko, I think they have to step up. They have to tweak something from the tactical bench if they are to win this game. Because basically, what Golden Kicks have done in that first 45 minutes, they'll be very decent, they'll be very comfortable. They've taken the game to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They've played the game in their faces. And the central midfielders of Kumasi Asante Kotoko are finding it extremely difficult to construct 1 or 2, 3 decent passes. And if they don't find a scruff of the neck, they need somebody to take the game by the scruff of the neck, to dictate the tempo, to spread passes into attacking channels. If you look at Kwame Poku, aside the goal he has scored, he has been left redundant. And like he said, Albert Amwa has been very, very nullified in terms of his attacking potential powers. He needs to come into the game with Kotoko to win this game.
Okay, the fans are loving it. The invited guests are loving it. We are loving every bit of it here. Golden Kicks is showing that they are the revelation for this season. Let's do a very quick break. When we come back, we'll take a sneak preview into what to expect in the last 45. Is Kotoko winning the MTN FA Cup, or Golden Kicks are keeping the cup in Accra? We'll be right back. everybody. Welcome back from the break. Many thanks for sticking and staying with us. The agenda is still on. We are here at the University of Ghana Stadium in Legon, where the MTN FA Cup final is taking place. We are on a half-time break, but any moment from now, the players will get into their positions for the second 45. 2 goals, 1 to each side, ended the first 45. It's given us a clear idea of what to expect in the second half. But before we join the feed, let me find out from my 2 panelists if the status quo will remain, if the match will end in regulation time with a winner, or whether we will continue to go from there. Blackgate has been wonderful. It's been fun. But again, for me, the bottom line is that Golden Kicks have showed clearly that they may be the underdogs, but Obi and Obia.
Yeah, the slogan Obi and Obia, nobody be nobody. And if you look at how Golden Kicks played in that first 45 minutes, they played a better football, created the better chances. It's just that Kumasi Asante Kotoko managed the game, but Kotoko cannot continue playing the way they are playing. They have to exert their superiority on this game. They have to show that they are the Premier League team. They have to play the better football, create the better chances, and force Golden Kick to buckle under pressure. Because if you look around the stadium, Golden Kick are really enjoying the ambience and they are playing for the fans. Okay. Their touches superb, their movement superb, game plan superb. Kotoko need to come to the party into the second half and show us exactly what they can do. Because if up to 70th minute Kotoko are not really playing the better football, then there will be problem. The game can be very awkward for Kotoko to deal with.
I see. Nanedu, let me take your thoughts before we join the action.
I think Kotoko should introduce Emmanuel Entry and of course Saka Dauda in the second half. I think Emmanuel Entry is one of the players who can hold on to the ball, identify where the movement of the strikers will move, and will pass them. I'm making those 2 changes. Kotoko will win the second half.
Let's join the action now in the second 45 minutes. It's Golden Kicks, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We'll join you at full time.
Second half underway here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. It's 1-1 between Golden Kick and Asante Kotoko. The Porcupines were the first to score through Kwame Opoku, but Golden Kick had other ideas. They controlled the tempo of the game and deservingly got the equalizer through Bless Ege, and they've since not looked back. Here's Zakaria Momuni. Adamu, what looked like a missed kick, is trying to get to somewhere positive. Here's the goal scorer, Bless Ege. Now Bentum steps forward. That's a foul on Bentum by Baba Yaya.
Seems they are just beginning from where they ended the first half. Golden Kick. They're quick to the second balls always, the 50-50 balls, the duels. It's always been in their favor, and that's how they've earned more possession than Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Kofi Saba to Adamu. Zakaria Fuseni bits into the ball by Amoa. Here is Kwame Opoku sprinting forward. He's got Zakaria Mumuni to contend with. Good play from Opoku. Sends across. Gripman flicks it out. Here comes Aqua. Ben Swan. What a good save from Kofi Saba. Great goalkeeping from Kelvin Kofi Saba.
This is just interesting from the Golden Kick goalkeeper. It was a good bend. From Albert Amoa, trying to Peter Midwakwa, trying to find the top right-hand corner. It was a good step as well, having that side of the post covered.
Ablo forced to kick the ball out for a throw into Golden Kick. Edward Bentum takes it. Here is Da Costa Owusu. Samba O'Neill, very aggressive on every situation.
He always has the quality to hold on to the balls, and whenever he has the ball, I always say there's very little you can do to dispossess him. Very tricky as well.
Da Costa swings the ball in. There's communication between Henry Ensu and Kamara nearly creating problems for the Porcupines in their own half.
Hey, give credit to Da Costa for where just hit that ball, the area where it landed, and miscommunication from Henry Ansu and Kamara there. And goalkeepers will always find problems trying to, save that one or even keep it out. Looking at the technique and the swerve and the area where it landed.
Bentum. Ablo returns it with a header. Opoku flicks it on. That is cleared by Adamu. Henry Enso nearly gives the ball away, but what a reaction from Kamara. But Fuseni should be scoring with that gifted opportunity.
Yeah, he should be, but that was an outstretched leg from Fuseni, trying to just nick it past the unrushing Kamara. Perhaps if it was successful, he would have had an empty net to tap into. Again, the smell, those pockets of spaces. Just look at that. The idea was just clear there, but good shot stopping from Kamara. It's quite understandable why he keeps on keeping Frederick Asari on the bench.
Yes, and if he keeps this way, he might end up being Kotoko's #1 again next season. There are widespread reports Kotoko have signed Aziz Diary from Bichem United to provide competition, because it doesn't look like Asari will continue playing with them. His contract expires at the end of the month, and talks for a renewal have not been successful. Samba O'Neill. Ablo. Opoku wins the foul for Kotoko.
And that was a smart way to defend. Gripman, they knew they had lost possession, so clearly they had to abstract Kwame Opoku from where he was trying to go to. And it looks like the quality has been their speed. The ability to hold on to the ball, golden kick, they do it so well.
They've already achieved a giant feat at this venue, and they know what it takes to achieve that giant killing feat again. They kicked out Hearts of Oak on penalties after the game had ended in a draw.
You can imagine what it would mean to them to beat the two most successful clubs in the history of the competition and route to winning it. That would be historic, talking about history.
Kotoko are 9-time winners of the FA Cup. Hearts of Oak holds the record with the most FA Cup trophies, 12 for the Phobians. Kotoko have a man down, and it doesn't look like he's able to continue with the game again.
Unfortunately for them, you talk about quality on the bench, and every single player on the Kotoko bench is a potential game changer. They could come on, and regardless of the position where you deploy them, they'll definitely get the job done for you. And that's why Karim Zito, looks a bit stoic on the touchline, because he believes he's got so much quality.
Intimenu is asking to be taken off. So on the bench for Kotoko, Michael Chejamina, who played alongside Intimenu during their days at Wafa, can step in as a like-for-like replacement. Emmanuel Entry can come in, and the shape of the team would have to be tweaked a bit to accommodate him.
And one of the things we are not looking at is that partnership with Samba in the heart of midfield, and whoever comes in would have to try and adapt quickly.
Zakari Fuseni. Yeboah. Fuseni. Bentum. Bless Ege goes down from the challenge of Patrick Esiedu. So Emmanuel Entry comes in to replace the injured Andrews Intimenu. He came with Kotoko. He came to Kotoko with so much promise, but he's had little to prove since arriving.
Yeah, you talk about substituting a midfielder for another midfielder, yes, but their roles are clearly different. Inti Menu a bit more defensive as compared to Enchi, who could pair Baba Yaya's 2 number 10s. That leaves Samba O'Neil already on the yellow card, and he could be exposed. I was thinking Karim Zito would offer him some support in midfield rather than bringing on an attacking-minded midfielder.
Bless Ege lines up to take the free kick for Golden Kick, away by Esiedu's header. Here is Adamu. Bless Enchi's first touch, and he finds Aqua. Stopped by Zakari Fuseni.
Clearly, we are not seeing a Division 1 side in this game. It looks like, the quality, it looks like the experience is at par, despite the fact that you have one Premier League club playing against a Division 1 club. I tell you what, you just can't see the disparity here.
Golden Kick giving Kotoko a good run for the money. It's a lovely ball from the centre back, but he can't get to Amwa, who has been good on the overlaps at left back. It's been a fairy tale run for Golden Kick. Goalkeeper Kamara, he's been very good in the one-on-one situations.
Yeah, I've enjoyed his game reading so far in the game, and the fact that whenever the defense of Kotoko moves a bit higher, he's able to cover the lines and the space to leave right behind them. And for the second time, we've seen Joshua Fuseni try something like this on him, and he's always been at his best.
Esiedu to Samba O'Neil. Entry up against Momoni. Esiedu entry now. Aqua finds Baba. Esiedu. Great sense of awareness from Esiedu. Here's Ensu. Now Lord Amwa. Ensu was his captain back in the days at Brekum Chelsea, and here they are all playing for Kotoko. Amwa is trying to find Opoku. That's some clever body check by Gripman.
Manuel Entry has been great since coming on. He's been doing the playmaking for them, but it's not enough. Looks like they're struggling to find grip. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And it's also becoming difficult for them to break that, line of Golden Kick.
Entry. Here is Amwa. He's got so much space in front of him, but he comes back in the middle for Entry. Entry's eye for pass is awesome, but Bentum steps up. He gives it away to Aqua. Opoku, the flag goes up and it's offside against Kwame Opoku.
And that's huge relief for Edward Bentum. He nearly made a mistake, and let's look at that. Again, the flag going up a bit too early, if you should ask me. That's what you get when you go direct, and it's always nice to see Kumasi Asante Kotoko going a bit direct whenever they have the ball. And I believe that's the antidote when you're playing against a side like Golden Kick, who would love to keep the ball, who would love to possess. You would only try to hit them on the counter. With 1 or 2 passes, you should be in a scoring position, and that's what Kumasi Asante Kotoko are doing currently.
Here is Bentum. Ege. Kotoko win possession. Aqua. Kwame Opoku. Baba makes the run, but Yabua arrives to tidy up for Golden Kick. Brought down, but no foul against Baba. Lord Amwa has a poor cross from the right back.
Not seeing him in that area the whole of the second half. It tells you he's been limited, and I believe that has also affected his confidence as a fullback. I talk about one of the best right backs in the league, or even in the top flight, and Lord Amwa would always make a case for himself.
Mate Ahmed. Zakaria Momoni to Poyeboa. He's got the confidence to search forward. Poor control from Mate Ahmed. Daniel Amate, Black Stars defender, together with the Black Stars goalkeepers trainer Fatau Dauda in the VIP stands observing proceedings.
That's where they are dangerous, when Asante Kotoko are not pressing and they have room, and you can see the confidence oozing from every touch.
Bless Ege. This is Crumble for the ball, but it's cleverly taken away by Entry. In the meantime, Golden Kick have a player down, Bless Ege. Referee has halted play.
Kotoko will have to be very, very careful. Patrick had said it was late on that occasion, but then up steps his defender to help him block. That's so well in the scaffold there. You would have to be pressing. You just can't, allow them room to beat the first two lines. You need to press, and that's what I'm not seeing Asante Kotoko do. You have Kwame Poku up front. There's Peter Midwakwa as well.
Former Hartlepool coach, an FA Cup winner himself, Samuel Boedo. These days he's coach of Brecum Chelsea. His side lost to Kotoko in the semis, and he's in the stands to watch the side that eliminated his team from the competition.
It was a feisty game at the TNA when they faced Asante Kotoko, I remember. Sure. Days after he was charged.
I'm thinking which of the teams Boedo will be throwing his support for, because his friend and former assistant coach at Hartlepool is now the assistant coach at Kotoko, one of the assistants, as Hamza Obey.
And tell you what, if Karim Zito should guide Kotoko to victory, then he could just be the second man in the last 10 years or so after Samuel Boedo to have won it back, or twice, if I should put it.
But Zito's achievement will be unique because he'll be doing it with two different clubs.
Perhaps, I think that would be great as well.
Here is Samba O'Neill. Switches all the way down left hand side for Aqua, but Bentum is quick to react with a clearance away.
And that's been their bane the second half. Asante Kotoko, they've not had that grip we saw them with. They've not really stringed passes together like we saw them do in the first half.
I remember when they lost their last Premier League game to Vision FC by 3-1, Zito said it was a wake-up call for them ahead of the FA Cup. And here they are struggling to cut Golden Kick to size. Golden Kick were on the winning side in their last game in the Division 1. They beat Nania FC away by 2-1. Goals scored by Zakaria Mumuni and Joshua Fuseni, and that gave them huge confidence coming into this game.
Azali, also knowing that they play similar to what Vision does. They have a similar style of play with Vision, so definitely they'll be taking some, motivation and inspiration for that.
The foul against Emmanuel Entry. Baba O'Neill, Kwame Opoku trying to skip away from Gripman and Lord Armoire. He's found it difficult to get his crosses on, but he wins possession. Bends one in, takes a ricochet of Adamu. Here is Baba, he's trying to pick out Aqua. Aqua controlled, but good track back from Bless Ege.
Yeah, Lord Armoire, he's really struggling to put in those crosses. He's been trying, but they're not decent enough for anyone to get at the end of.
So, almost a light for light. Baba is making way for Saka Dauda, the former Ofaka captain. Takes the place of the former King Faisal playmaker, Baba Yaya.
I remember Saka Dauda was here just a year ago when he lost.
Finals with
on the losing side. Should be second time lucky this time.
He should certainly be second time lucky. Swatchman beat his team to the ultimate just a season ago. Here's his first touch. He's got a pass from Entry, sends in a cross, away by Adamu. Not too sure he was aiming at with that ball.
Exactly, he just gave up too early. I believe he should have pushed a bit for it. But he's been lively not taking anything away from him down the right hand side of the Kotoko's attack. Defensively, he's been pretty solid as well.
Zakaria Mumani have stepped up his game really well in this second half.
You look at this team, you talk about Roland, you talk about experience for a Division 1 side, and I believe he has it. With the stints for top clubs, Indiana and Co. I think he's a real leader on the side.
Samba O'Neill Aqua, he's been very lively in the second half. Here comes Albert Amor, he's been quiet, but he does well to pick out Aqua. Great pace. That's a very clumsy challenge from Roland at a grip moment. Certainly a yellow card that was absolutely needless.
Yeah, but then for his team, he just saved them one over there. That could have been dangerous. And you could argue he had, a tip.
The intentions were very clear. He was going for the man and not the ball.
Yeah, but then he slid in so well. A bit cynical if you should ask me, but then, just a fraction of the ball there. But the intention.
So they are good friends, he and then Emmanuel Entry. They used to play together at Great Olympics with a senior brother, Raymond, who is now with Nations.
It's quite unassuming.
Interestingly, both of them are centre backs, twin centre backs. Yet to see any in the Ghana top flight. Entry is a dead ball specialist and he lines up for this one. I've also seen Saka Dauda. Golden kick scored brilliantly from the free kick. It's quite a distant goal. Emmanuel Entry. Entry kills one to the near post. It's headed away by Paul Yeboah.
Per standards, I think he's falling short a bit. Maybe he's been rusty, spending so much time on the bench, but there's no vintage entry from a dead ball situation.
Throw-in taken. Entry goes down. There's a Southwell penalty, but clearly Golden kicks. I think there was a bit of simulation on the part of Entry.
Exactly, and I agree with them. That should have been a yellow card because no touch at all, no contact whatsoever. Entry just going down all by himself. Referee lenient over there, if you should ask me. He's been very, very lenient with Emmanuel Entry.
Ablo. Opoku. Beaten in the air by the diminutive Fuseni. Yellow card for Ablon.
That was a bit needless. Just look at that. The aggression alone just gives him away. And Ablon on the yellow card.
Samba on the yellow card.
Crucial for Asante Kotoko. Now then, we've seen Samba being limited till after that yellow card, and perhaps Ablon himself could also be limited after going into the books of the referee.
Bentum's ball looking for Bless Ege. There's a foul on the Siedu spotted by the assistant referee.
And the sportsmanship from Bless Ege. Outstretched arm, to control the ball on the chest. Giving him away.
Kamara delivers, aiming at Saka Dauda. Beaten in the air by Paul Yeboah. He does well to get the ball back to Albert Amor. Free throw in for Kotoko. Amos header, not good enough, but rescued by Kelvin Kofi Saba.
You talk about teams learning from mistakes, and Golden Kick exhibiting one there clearly after they considered to a Kwame Poku header. They've been very, very tidy, keeping out all those crosses from Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Here's Albert Amwa. Asiedu wins it for Kotoko, but Fuseni gets it. Entry. Paul Yeboah collides with Kwame Opoku and comes up worse. Poku is not spared as well. Belan Dombo featured for the House of Oak Legends who lost their game to Asante Kotoko.
He was quiet all afternoon, and he's still quiet in the stands though. But yeah, that's a bit physicality there again from Paul Yeboah, the left back from Golden Kick. And I know both coaches knew it would get to a point where, you know, that would be the card they show. Sometimes you need to be physical, and especially for Kotoko, they've given away possession. So it's one of the ways to just, you know, curb the constant attacks from the opposition. Try to be physical sometimes.
Free kick for Kotoko. Patrick Asiedu has shown interest. I've seen Albert Amwa, Henry Ensu. All of them have got what it takes, but it will be Asiedu. He leaves it, and Ensu goes with a power drive, but took a deflection on the way. It's a corner.
That was a wicked one. Goalkeeper Saba had no chance at all. I was wondering where Emmanuel Enchu were at that point, because that's his territory. But that was a good hit.
Asiedu's delivery, Henry goes up for it. Henry Ensu getting the final touch, but it goes right over the bar for a goal kick.
And they know that's the only way they can get a winner here. They've been very, very poor from open play. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, a good whip. Patrick Asiedu, an out-swinging one, of course, but not the cleanest of connections, if you should say.
Albert Amwa was trying to weave his way into the box. He went down. No foul. Here is Yeboah. Zakaria Mumuni. Yeboah has gone down on the far side. The Nations FC captain Razak Simpson in the stands. He won the Domestic Footballer of the Year award last night at the Ghana Football Awards. Also won the best goal of the season after that brilliant finish against Hearts of Oak at the Tuba Park in the Ghana Premier League.
I'm sure he's also defending he's enjoying some defending, the sort of defending he's seen here, especially from the Division 1 side.
Here is Kwame Poku. Samba O'Neill. Emmanuel Enchi. Good ball to find Aqua. Stopped by Bentum Bless Ege. Ensu has played with some wonderful composure alongside Ablo. Samba O'Neill is trying to pick out Saka Dauda. It's a throw in for Kotoko.
We spoke about that in team entry substitution not being like for like, but you see the quality entry, you know, has brought to this Kotoko side. At least he's holding on to the ball, he's just spraying the passes and just finding men in open spaces.
I've not seen so much of the young boy Joshua Tijani. He came into this game with a lot of hype around him. Senior high school graduate.
Yeah.
He was brought in from the Osei Chuche Senior High School. He did some magic when they played in the inter-schools competition in the Ashanti region.
You talk about batting talent. And Joshua Husseini, 4 goals in 5 games. And I believe that's why Fifi Parker Hansen has deployed him in such
The position, huh?
a huge game.
Saka Dauda, good control. He's got Yabua to beat. He skips past Yabua, but he's still tracking him. Saka Dauda goes down. Referee's right there, no foul. Now Adamu will sprint away from defense. And the centre back goes down from the challenge of Samba O'Neill.
Then that was the centre back just relieving Golden
That was
Kick.
Henry Ensu, that clumsy challenge.
Unfortunately, he gets the mercy of the referee, but then that run from a centre back, quite unusual, especially looking at the position he plays. But sometimes you need that, at least, to just relieve you of some pressure. And I'm not surprised a yellow card has been flashed.
So Henry Ensu, Samba O'Neill, Joseph Ablo, all of the Kotoko backline, with the exception of the wing backs, are all on the yellow.
Exactly. Not good news for Karim Zito, but it doesn't look he's eager to substitute any of them, looking at what they also bring to the table.
Justice Day remains the only option on the bench to occupy those spaces. Mate Ahmed has given away possession. Inchi trying to pick out Albert Amwa. I'm thinking the pass went too early, and Gripman will mop up for Golden Kick.
His calmness, though, does it so easily without the fuss at all.
Da Costa Owusu is coming to the foul. Free kick for Kotoko.
That was a free kick. He had the ball under control, but then Samba and the tussle over there, it could have been anyone's foul at all. You understand the discretion of the referee always is final then.
Emmanuel Enchi will try to find out what answers Ensu and the likes in the box will provide from his delivery, but again, confident goalkeeping from Kelvin Saba.
Yeah, that's Enchi's territory again. And gone were the days where he donned the Olympic jersey and he'll try anything at all, wherever or no matter where he found himself on the pitch. But at this time, he's been a bit cautious. It's a cup final. Perhaps he has that at the back of his mind too.
Saka Dauda trying to find Amwa, and Gripman gets it clear. Da Costa Owusu is an amazing talent, brilliant player. Do something overly aggressive to destabilize him or dispossess him. Zakaria Mumuni. Joshua Husseini is up against Henry Ensu. Sets up Mumuni. Golden kick. This time they lose possession. Now Saka Dauda. Enchi. Aqua. It looked like a handball. It was a handball. Enchi, his presence has been felt since his arrival in the game, and he's warming himself gradually. The free kick, Yabua the culprit, bringing down Saka Dauda.
You'd always say that move from Coach Karim Zito to bring on Echi is gradually paying off.
Bentum brings down Aqua, free kick. It's been very lively in the second half of Peter Amidu Aqua.
He has, and a lot is quite expected of him. Looking at the promise and talent he's been since he joined Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Patrick Esiedu. Here is Ablo. Gripman is first to arrive ahead of Kwame Opoku, who has forced him to commit an error that gives Kotoko the advantage of a throw-in. Gripman's header. Mate clears only as far as Amwa. Enchi. It's a decent ball from Enchi to Saka Dauda, but a cross not as good as that delivery from Enchi.
That's what he gives you, Enchi.
Emmanuel Enchi. Poor ball from Albert Amwa. He struggled in this second half. Here is Husseini, but Ansu arrives to take care of the danger, and Kamara will get it away. Anywhere will do for now.
The youngster always looks relentless without the ball. Now it's clear.
Acosta's cross. Bless Ege is arriving. Did well to get it back, but there was nobody there for golden kick. Ablo wins the free kick.
At the displeasure of Joshua Husseini, and that roar from him. At least there was body check, and nothing illegal about that, especially when you have two full-grown men trying to show off.
Kamara slips after taking that free kick. He's yet to get into his goal. Here is Ablo to Kamara. Pressure on the Guinean shotstopper, forcing him to hand golden kick the advantage.
I think we could talk about Da Costa Owusu, Abdullahi Zakariba, Bless Ege. You put that goal aside, and he's been marvelous for golden kick this afternoon or this evening.
Kamara's ball in, headed down by Edward Bentum. Bless Ege. Sedu is tracking him down. The foul right before the referee.
And Bless Ege, just talking about him, and after scoring that lovely free kick, it looks like that's not the only skill he has in his arsenal. Talking about dead ball situations, he's also good on the ball. He drives it very well, and his wing play is also top notch.
Gripman to Da Costa. Ege flicks it at the expense of Ablo. Da Costa, good ball to Bless Ege. Chance for golden kick. Great block from Henry Ensu. Samba loses the ball to Bentum. Bentum with a long cross looking for Joshua Husseini. Meanwhile, on the other side, Bless Ege has gone down. The golden kick goal scorer.
Perhaps he might have pulled a muzzle up. He's been quite hard working. He's been bullish sometimes when he has to, especially when he needs to fight his way through the Kotoko defense. And I hope he gets to continue. Fifi Parker Hansen would hope that he continue, because he's been lively on the right hand side of attack for golden kick. I tell you what, this is not the best Kotoko side I've seen. This is not the best performance I've seen from the team that plays third in the just ended Premier League, especially coming up against the side that finished sixth, a tier lower. You'd be expecting more from Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Here is Samba O'Neill. He's been very calm in the second half, obviously, because of the yellow card he picked up. Samba O'Neill. Patrick Esiedu. He's had a stellar season with Kotoko in his first year at the club. Dowd's cross again is Kelvin Kofi Saba.
Clearly golden kick limiting Kotoko to, crosses from the right and left hand side. Tells you it's going through the middle is quite a challenge for them now.
Bentum. He gives it away now. Aqua, Samba O'Neill, Esiedu to Enchi. Good 1-2 between the Kotoko players. Enchi will switch direction to Ensu. He finds now Samba O'Neill. It's a flick from Amwa. Now Kwame Opoku wants to go all by himself. Here is Aqua! What a miss! This should be going in from Peter Amidu Aqua. So close!
His mouth will close. And just look at the reaction from the Kotoko winger, and that should have been 2-1. Good job done there over there by Kwame Poku to just release him on the left hand side. He opens himself up a bit, trying to go with that technique, and credit to Saba also for making himself big to narrow that angle. But that was good job done by Kwame Poku over there. And just look at that, the position of the goalkeeper making it difficult to find the right angle there.
The youngster should be scoring.
He has no excuses.
Kotoko preparing for another substitution. It might just be over for Peter Amidu Aqua after that missed opportunity. Likely to be replaced by Samson Eduku. He also plays from the wings. Kotoko have a corner. Amwa swings in across. Ensu is bitten to it by Adamu, and it falls back to Lord Amwa. Here is Lord Amwa, goes past his marker, trying to set up Opoku. Here is Kwame Opoku and Joseph Ablo. How did he miss? The centre back popped up and found himself in the right spot, but that finish, you are thinking, it should have fallen to a striker.
The chances are falling to them. Bintu miscuing that, and Ablo in a very, very good position to have put in Kotoko 2-1 up.
That's the confirmation of the substitution. Samson Eduku, the former Tamale City winger, is in for Peter Amidu Aqua. Eduku is a more clinical finisher than Amidu Aqua. He scored double figures the season Tamale City got relegated from the top flight. timed clearance from Patrick Esiedu. Hussein was just lurking around to take advantage.
That's what he does, always playing, you know, over the shoulders of defenders.
Flag is out to saying he's offside.
Husseini there, no questions at all, no protest from the Golden Kick youngster. Just understood when the flag went up and the whistle was blown. And from minute 1 up till this time, you just notice that the shape of Golden Kick hasn't changed. Nothing has changed about the club.
A bit of confusion between Kamara and his goalkeeper, Kamara and his centre back, Ablo.
You don't need that at this point in the game. You need full concentration.
Kwame Opoku with a chance. Goal kick. Zakaria Mumuni will make way very soon.
And that was the chance earlier on. Kwame Opoku trying the spectacular there. Couldn't hit it as much as he had wanted to.
Adumba Kofi Anina J will come in to replace Zakaria Mumuni. He's paid his dues. Former West African Football Academy star. He went on to play for AS Vita Club in DRC, returned to play for Aduana, and now he's playing in the lower tier for Golden Kick.
A real leader in the dressing room for Golden Kick. At some point he lost it, he nearly lost it.
Sure.
You know, being booked for decent, but he's been calm since after that.
90 minutes up already. We're doing 4 additional minutes. Golden Kick gives away possession. Entry. Opoku goes down. There's a shout for a penalty, and Adari has whistled for a penalty. Interesting. And Fifi Pakanson is only applauding the decision. But this is a controversial call.
Controversial, could make the headlines as early as tomorrow morning. Trust me, if this should stand. You might want the benefit of a replay, but even from the first instance, I think that shouldn't be a penalty.
I think the referee would further consult his assistant referee before he approves the decision is taken.
And that was it. That was it. I think that was a clean save over there. He had his hands to it. And there's nothing penalty about that. Nothing penalty about that.
Golden Kicker protesting a penalty taken against them. Was it a good call or not? The assistant referee, I get a feeling, is asking the referee it shouldn't have been a penalty. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, crucial times here. Very crucial, and it could be what decides the game. It could be what decides the fate of either of these two teams. I think the right call would have to be made. The right decision would have to be made. You can hardly pinpoint what the communication has been, but then it's clear. We have the benefit of the replay again, and the goalkeeper just goes down on time, has a hand to it, and then, you know, recovers again. And that's what you do not want to see in any game at all. And I believe the security would have to just drag him out. But the referee has a decision to make.
A fan of Golden Kick has gone onto the pitch, but he's been chased away by the security. Interesting times. So we are waiting on the final decision. Will the penalty stand? Will the referee rescind this decision? As it stands now, he looks like he's standing by his decision.
Yeah, he looks certain. No, quite confident about the decision he's taken. Perhaps he might not have the benefit of a replay, and that's one of the most difficult jobs of a referee. Split-second decisions you have to take, but then also these decisions could go on to either impact or affect.
So the decision will stand. I've seen Ablo heading towards the golden kick goal. What exactly is he going to do? To shake the net? Wondering if that can get a penalty in it. Samba O'Neill has gone for the ball. Will the Congolese centre back be the one to take the penalty? Albert Amwa has inquired whether he can take it, but it's still Samba O'Neill having the ball. He hands it to Albert Amwa. Kwame Poku also behind Albert Amwa. Albert Amwa has already scored 3 goals in the FA Cup this season. And he leaves it for Kwame Poku.
It's interesting what's happening because Samba takes it,
gives it to
Albert Amwa.
Amwa hands it to Kwame Opoku, and he can hit a double if he gets it right. And what a time to score.
But then one that could send them into the CAF Confederations Cup as well. Tells you it's a huge moment for him. With all the weight on his shoulders.
It's Kwame Opoku against Kelvin Kofi Saba. Kwame Opoku scores beautifully. Cheeky goal. And this might just be the goal that sends Kotoko into continental club football next season. It's Opoku on the double. Kotoko 2, golden kick 1.
Calmly as you like, coolly, as cheeky as it can be. And the referee will have a lot to do there. Because the protests from the golden kick players keep popping up. But then that is one of the most expected penalties I've ever seen. Just look at that. Hardly took any step backwards. Right behind the ball. And the finesse with which he hit that one. Just look at that. So simple. Saba
Confident penalty.
had already taken a dive and there was no chance for him at all.
Opoku actually threw his jersey into the stand and he had to be picked up for him.
He's fortunate he had it in less than a minute.
Kwame Opoku, 3 seasons ago, he was the poster boy of this club. Left for pastures abroad. Now, he seemed to be the man to take Kotoko back into Africa.
Certainly he has done that. And he's stolen the show as well.
2 goals in a cup final is a great achievement. He's already picked up a yellow card for taking off his shirt and throwing it into the sands.
And the argument that he's been by far the best centre forward in the second round
of the Ghana Premier League.
Yeah, I think it's been justified here with his performance.
One of those performances that caught the attention of the Black Stars coaches who invited him for the Unity Cup in London. Didn't quite have a good game against Nigeria, but he's shown his quality today.
Yeah, and you'll be thinking with this, Otuado will still have him in his good books.
Golden kicker not giving up. Da Costa. Here is Da Costa. Goes down just around the Kotoko 18, but it won't count. Gripman. Opoku. Amwa. Brought down cynically by Abdullah Zakaria. Abdullah Zakari.
You wonder what he was trying over there. Yeah, you can impede a player, but this was pushing clearly. Going to the back of
Too
Ahmed
aggressive
Amoa.
on the part of the golden kick player. Signs of frustration, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with you, Les. But he's a fine player.
He's been so good today.
But despite his diminutive figure, very, very solid on the ball. Has an eye for a good pass as well.
Patrick Esiedu to take the free kick. Esiedu swings one in. Opoku flicks it. And it's a goal kick. Patrick Esiedu with a very good delivery from that left hand side. I was telling the listeners some time ago that Esiedu used to be a number 10, an offensive midfielder, but had to be converted into a left back during his days at Susubrebi in the eastern region, and he's never looked back since. It's over at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Asante Kotoko are MTN FA Cup champions for 2025. 2 goals from Kwame Opoku, 1 from Bless Ege. Kotoko were the first to score through Opoku's header. Golden kick equalized through a well-taken free kick. And the moment controversy sets in the decision of referee Adare, Kotoko wouldn't mind. They took advantage and Opoku scored from the spot kick after goalkeeper Kofi Saba had been adjudged to have brought down Opoku. Opoku took his turn, made no mistake, and converted expertly. Full time at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Asante Kotoko are FA Cup champions. It's golden kick 1, Asante Kotoko 2.
Yeah, good game. Nonetheless, we've been served some very, very lovely football here this evening.
A little bit under pressure, trying at all costs to be able to win the cup. So seriously, I came with a little bit of injured players, but there's nothing we can do. But at the end of the day, they stood the test of time. Yeah. They were able to match them equally. Look, they didn't have any serious chances like the way we created. You understand me? But they were able to play the midfield game more than us because of 1 or 2, 3. Yeah. So at the end of the day, what matters most is who win. So we have won. So okay. I'm okay.
So you carry you are carrying the cup away. You have also received your passport officially to go to Africa. What should we expect from Kotoko between now and when the competition begins?
I think Kotoko has a lot of programs. Okay. I think on the 6th we are playing Accra as a folk. Yes. And then again we are also to travel to South Africa to play some tournament. Okay. So you see how busy we'll be. So all is in preparing for the coming FA Cup. All right. So FA champion. So we are going to do our best. Seriously, at least we'll try to join the group okay. More than we won't go in the first, but we'll go over the group. Yeah. Okay. It's not easy. All right. It's not easy.
I'm sure the fans will be looking forward to a very good performance from Kotoko because it's been a long while since.
The job I took wasn't easy at all. Okay. Because this is a case. All right. I don't know them. Okay. And gradually, but I'm okay with them. The way they responded to mine. Okay. I'm happy.
We'll expect a lot from you. Thank you very much, Coach, for talking to us. That was Coach Karim Zito, the proud winner of the MTN FA Cup. Won it the last time around and he's won it again. Of course, it was with Dreams FC, but today it is with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They are bouncing back to Africa. What made it difficult for Kotoko, especially towards the dying embers of the game, was the way Golden Cake manipulated the game for them. And Coach told us earlier on before we started the match that it was not going to be an easy game. They have nothing to lose, but they are going to prove a point. Coach, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
You came so close, yet the cup has eluded you. But obviously, you must be elated at the performance of your team today.
Yeah, I'm very overwhelmed and happy about my players' performance. They show their class, they show some character, they show some determination. Yeah. Just that it's unfortunate that
things didn't go the way you wanted.
The decision makers make their rule. They put the rule into their hands and make what they think is right. I'm sure that they were
demoralized when that penalty was given. But going into the game, what was the main instruction you gave to them?
To make history.
To make history.
Yeah, we want to make history, and this is what the main aim we brought here. To make history, we have to win the game, and we play according to how we planned. And the boys play amazingly well. Yes, everybody was determined to win the game, and you can see we show our class. We came in, nobody knows our players. They are underdogs. They are weak. We came to face the giants, and at the end, the referee gave them a win, which is okay. We are okay. We are okay for that. We are okay that they didn't score us, but referee made sure he gave the win to them. This is a silver platter.
All right. Your performance in the lower division, that's Division 1, culminated or has culminated in the success that you have chalked today. You've gone all the way to the MTN FA Cup final. What does this mean for the team? How will this motivate yourself and your team, especially playing in Division 1?
Yeah, it's a big motivation. It's extremely. Words cannot explain these things. You know, it's a lifetime opportunity to reach the MTN FA Cup final. Who knows whether we will get there or not? But yes, as far as we are doing the work, we will definitely aim to get there again. You know, that's how we work. Yes, and our testament of clearly shows that yes, we work hard to get here, and the performance we put up, the same thing we put up in the Division 1 league. We play good football. That's our identity. We don't kick the ball anyhow. We make sure we keep the ball. We build up from defense, and we make sure we frustrate our opponent from finding their rhythm. And these are the things that help us to excel. Yeah.
I see. All right. So it's done and dusted, the MTN FA Cup. Obviously, you also have to map up a strategy to finish well in the Premiership. But again, we'll be looking forward to seeing a lot more of Golden Kicks. Because, Coach, I can tell you, the crowd you saw here today, 90% of them were supporting Golden Kicks. You play some very good football, and you've got some very good individual players as well. So there's a lot to look forward to from your team, Golden Kicks. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah. I know the supporters. You know, all the supporters, they want good football, regardless the club they support.
Exactly.
Immediately you started exhibiting good performance, they will give you up. Yes, that's it. And even the penalty the referee took, you saw from the
reaction
crowd.
Was clear.
Exactly. So they want good football, and that's what we came here to do. We came here to entertain them and play good football. So the future is bright for us. We will make sure we'll go back, work again, and find our way here again. I need a title, you know.
You need the title, I know. Maybe God says this is not the year. Maybe your year is coming. But thank you very much. You put up the performance.
I won't say God said. No, God didn't say
God
this.
didn't say that.
Yeah, referee decided that he's not in my year.
All right, decided. Coach. All right, Coach. I know it's painful, but thank you very much and congratulations for putting up such a performance. Thank you very much. All right. So Coach believes that they did their best. They did well. And like I was telling him, many of the fans who came to watch the game were applauding Golden Kicks throughout the game. It's just sad and unfortunate that they had to succumb to a penalty kick towards the dying
own luck, and then the referee was able to got it wrong. I watched the replay over and over. It's not a penalty. As a journalist, I'm not supposed to talk about what I've seen. That was never a penalty, and the Kotoko fans themselves will tell you it's never a penalty. But you don't blame Kotoko, you blame the match official. He got it wrong, and I think, well, in the full glow of VAR, referees do mistakes as well. But so far as I'm concerned, I think the linesman should have done better on that occasion. But at the end of the day, I think it's one of the finest FA Cup finals we've witnessed in a couple of years now. And I think for Golden Kick and Fifi Parker, they should beat their chest and hold it high. These boys have played the best football in the division today, and they've shown that there's a thin line between Division 1 and the Premier League.
Well, I have almost always maintained that that line is very slim. In fact, too slim. You would need someone to tell you that this is a Division 1 team and this is a Premiership team. But again, it also tells us the hard work the Football Association has also put in to ensure that one, they upgrade the standards of football in this country, and then two, they get as much as possible, they get some level of sponsorship, especially for the lower divisions. And we've seen how the Access Division 1 League has turned out, and it looks like it's turned out pretty well. Viewers will be joining the action behind us because the ceremony is just about to begin. The announcements are all going on, and the dignitaries will be coming down for the pleasantries. But Coach Karim Zito said something that I think is deep. He believes that this is rather the eye-opener.
Executive Council member of the GFA, please come over and join us on the days.
You know, they've managed this game pretty well in terms of their professional mode. They managed the game, because if it had to be any other day, Golden Kick should have walked away as winners of this game, because they really gave Kotoko a very, very tough game. It was a cracking game, but like I said, Kotoko created their luck. The referee got the call wrong and awarded them a penalty in the dying embers of the game, and they converted to win the game. But going into Africa, they have to beef up this team. They should be incomings and should be outgoings. And I know Kotoko is a big club. They will do the necessary adjustment going into Africa. And as a journalist, I can only wish Kumasi Asante Kotoko the best of luck. They've done the most important thing. You have to win to be able to have the right to play in Africa. And they've managed to do that here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium.
And obviously, by the kind courtesy of Max TV, we brought this to you live wherever you were watching the game, and we are continuing with the live transmission because we would want to see the trophy being handed over to the eventual winners, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They have toiled, they have labored, they have worked so hard to get to this level, and definitely they will be taking this trophy back to Menchia with all the fun that it comes with. But again, from the game that we saw a lot of frustration on the part of Karim Zito. Was the frustration because the team was not playing to his set rules, or the opposition was giving them a worrying time?
Absolutely, it's a combination of both. Because he came into the game as a favorite, he came into the game with a game plan, but they got confronted and heckled by a very good team in Golden Kicks. If you look at how Golden Kick play, definitely you can't fault him, because his combinations were not working. They basically has to throw that whatever they were doing out of the window, and he has to adjust to the rhythm of the game. And for Fifi Parker, he felt very comfortable for majority of this game. Up into the last 10 minutes of the game, where Kumasi Asante Kotoko carved them open on two occasions. Kwame Poku and Lord Amwa had decent chances to be able to score, but they fluffed their line. But at the end of the day, for Karim Zito, he'll be frustrated, but you don't blame him as much as he's frustrated, because he expected his players to play better than what he saw today. And I think the players themselves have to look at themselves in the mirror and say, this is one game that we were extremely lucky. We were left off the hook, and we have to look at ourselves and play better next time. Because sometimes in Africa, if you will not have the opportunity to have a second bite. Yeah. Because if you look at what Golden Kick did today, if it's against El Ali or Zamalek, they will definitely take Kotoko to the cleaners and finish them off. Kotoko should say these were one day off in a big game that didn't come to the party. But going into Africa, trust me, they are supposed to get their asses together to be able to get something decent whenever they get stiffer oppositions than Golden Kick.
I see. Well, we're still getting the podium ready for the presentation. Officials are already on standby, and we're looking forward to running you through the presentation as well, so that we can wrap up on a very nice note and on a very kingly note. Like we told you earlier on, the MTN FA Cup behind us is definitely going back to Menchia, something that it hasn't happened in quite a while. And so obviously they're looking forward to ensure that not only do they go back with success, but that passport they need to get back into Africa. We've seen Kotoko this season. They ended in the top echelons of the league. We can't say it was a very good performance or the superlative performance that we had wanted. But of course, it also gives us a lot of food for thought as football-loving Ghanaians. Are they going to be the worthy ambassadors of Ghana in the UEFA Champions League?
Well, in the CAF Confederations Cup. Well, if you look at Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Kotoko is a huge brand in African football. Kotoko is one of the biggest clubs in Ghana. They can only be rivaled by Accra Hearts of Oak. Kotoko going to Africa will serve as a proper marker for our local football, because we really want to see them play in Africa. And for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, their fans and the owner of the team, His Royal Highness Otumfuo, will be extremely happy that his team, based on everything that Kotoko has gone through this season, they've managed to win a cup this season, and they are going back to Africa. That is where Kumasi Asante Kotoko deserve to be, because they deserve to rub shoulders with the Mazembes, with the Asek Mimosas, with the El Alis, with the Pyramids, with the Zemaleks. Those are in the elite level of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So I think Kotoko has rejoined their class, and they should go and be worthy ambassadors of this of our league, because the last time we had Dreams FC, they went into the semi-final of the CAF Confederations Cup, and for some time now, for about 10 years, we've not had any of our local clubs doing that for us. So I think they are the right place at the right time.
All right, right place at the right time, and it looks like the ceremony is just about to begin. The presentations, I believe, will start first with the match officials who handled today's final. Once their presentation is over, it continues with the runners-up and then the winners as well. I'm pretty sure there will be some individual presentations also made to some of the best talent that we saw on the night today. And on the back there, there's a corridor that has been formed by the champions, so that the runners-up will be honored with their silver medals, and then it will be the turn of the champions to also come through. But again, what do we tell the organizers of the MTN FA Cup for this season?
Well, the limit. They've done a pretty much decent, better job this season. They've done a great yeoman's job. The final was a spectacle. The pitch side branding was top-notch by Mr. Wilson Atta. They can only get better with what they've done for us this season. It's at the end of the day, I think, in terms of, if you look out for a proper cup final, you can't ask for something better than this. And I think they've done a very good job. The only thing left is the referees. They should take a critical look at themselves. They can't put in all the job, and the referees will come and give us the kind of result they give us today. It's poor on their part for that penalty that they've awarded to Kumasi, but I don't blame them. If we had the luxury of VAR, they would have definitely overturned that particular decision here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium.
Well, organizations are still going on behind us, but it looks like we're set to go on with the presentation. The podium is going to be buzzing with a lot of excitement in the next couple of minutes, and it is by virtue of the fact that the Greater Accra Minister has come onto the field together with other dignitaries who will be participating in the presentation. And so do stay with us. We will continue with the presentation process, and obviously we'll let you know exactly what is happening. Currently approaching us is the Minister for Sports and Recreation, Honorable Kofi Adams. Is going to join the delegation on the podium for us to have the presentation of the medals and of course the eventual trophy to the award winners. So we will stick and stay with them as we go through, and obviously try and capture every detail that we have here today. And it's going to be interesting that we will have a lot of presentation here. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Okay, so officials are still walking in, and pardon us for break of protocol, but we definitely will continue with the presentation. And as you can see, they'll be sorted out quickly. But obviously, history in the making. Kumasi Asante Kotoko have not laid hands on this trophy for a while, and I'm sure today, probably up to tomorrow, and maybe the day after tomorrow, there'll be a lot of partying.
The Fufu party in Kumasi will definitely.
The
Fufu party in Kumasi, I envy them. I really want to be part of that Fufu party. They should enjoy, because Kotoko has been through a lot this season. For what they've gone through, they've lost a fan in Nswatre. They've lost the manager who Prosper Ogun, who they've invested a lot into. They felt like he wasn't the right man for them at a point in time. They had to let him go, and they brought in Karim Zito. And Zito himself will be a very, very happy man today, because taking over at the tail end of the season, for him to be able to do what he has done for the Porcupine Warriors, they couldn't have asked for a better ending to the season than what they have gotten today.
All right, so let's see exactly what's happening behind us. As you can see, the officials are being awarded with their medals. The referee, the center referee, the two assistants, and the fourth official. They've taken their medals for a job done here this evening, and we say thank you very much to the officials. Waiting in line will be the losers, and then the eventual winners will also take their turn. And so now Kotoko will form the corridor to get them through passage onto the dais, and then we will have their presentation as well. Lots of people here at the University of Ghana Stadium, and they're all waiting, keen and ready to see exactly what will happen here today. And so now come the proud losers of the MTN FA Cup, ably led by their captain, Roland Gripman. Very dejected captain, but he knows that they played their hearts out. They did play their hearts out. And so captain will lead by example, and then the rest of the players will follow with their heads down. They look very dejected, Blackgate.
Well, Goldie, you don't fault them because they get everything out here on this pitch today. Fans here and at home are in awe of them. They will be happy with whatever they have done here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. We love what they did. They've served the Division 1 bunch a whole lot of goodies today. And I think whatever they have done today, they've showcased to everybody that they were never being bullied by the occasion. They took the game to Kumasi Asante Kotoko and made sure Kotoko really sweated for whatever they've gotten this evening here at the University of Ghana Stadium.
I definitely can feel how the players and what the players are going through now. It's been a journey for them, a wonderful journey at that, and they knew that getting into the final, it could be anybody's game, but alas, they succumbed to that last-minute penalty. They may be defeated, but they are certainly not disgraced.
Yeah, definitely. They've played some fantastic stuff. You look at Baba Adamu, number 44. You look at Gripman. You look at Bless Ege, number 99. You look at Da Costa, number 10. Sparkling players. They light up the occasion. They play some brilliant patches. In terms of attacking movement, they play some brilliant combinations. And Coach Fifi Parker Hansen, the coach of Golden Kick, trust me, he is one of the finest we've seen in the local league for some time now. Because they express themselves better. They play some good football. And this is what we always want to see from our feeder clubs. And for this, if all the feeder clubs can replicate this kind of football, they can only get better, my senior colleague.
Well, they can only get better. We only hope that this won't be the end of Golden Kicks. We saw Nania FC rise to the occasion in 2011 when the competition was reintroduced, and we had our proud sponsors MTN supporting us, and MTN has been very loyal to the Ghana Football Association. They have kept faith with this competition, and it has blossomed to be one of the best organized competitions on the local league.
Yeah, definitely. This is one of the finest things. This is one of the finest FA brands, like the MTN FA Cup. You know, the president of the FA himself was one of the guys that revamped this particular competition. He was a former chairman of the MTN FA Cup competition. I think he was there when Okoye United played in the final, and they served us something spectacular. So we all saw what Mr. Kotoko would do given the opportunity to be the FA president. It was the MTN FA Cup that gave him the ambience. He exposed him to us in terms of the organizational qualities. And I think they never took their foot off the pedal. They've continued from that level, and it's been something spectacular. And I think this competition can only get better. They should look at the loopholes, the few ones that they can do, and increase the prize money for the winners.
Increase the prize money, obviously that will be welcoming enough for all of us. So we've gone through the first set of presentations. The match officials have received their medals, and so have Golden Kick. We are now waiting for the triumphant arrival of the MTN FA Cup champions for 2024-2025, Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Kumasi Asante Kotoko are now making their way to pick up the golden medal. You know, they deserve it. They played, they managed the game. You have to create your own luck to win football matches. You don't blame them. Even though it's a wrong call by the referee, You can't blame Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They didn't award themselves the penalty. They created their lack, and the referee gave them the penalty. So congratulations to Kumasi Asante Kotoko for what they have done this evening here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, Prince. What Kotoko has been through this season, I think the fans and the owner of the club wouldn't have asked for any better climax to the season. For them to win a trophy and for them to return back to play in Africa, where they'll join the elite division of the bigger clubs on the continent. That is where Kumasi Asante Kotoko belongs to.
One person who will have a smile on his face from now till I don't know when will be the owner of the team. Menchia will be full of happiness, full of smiles, and full of satisfaction by virtue of the fact that Kotoko have really lifted themselves out of a precarious situation where they failed to win the Premier League but have gone on to decorate themselves with the MTN FA Cup.
Well, you know, for Otumfuo,
I wish I were in Menchia now.
For Otumfuo, you'll be a happy man.
Sure.
Because this is where he wants to see his football club get to. The elite, the creme de la creme of African football. And Kotoko and Asofo, season after season, deserve by merit to be in Africa. And for Kotoko, they've been very pragmatic in their approach in the MTN FA Cup. Because when it got to a point in time that they knew that they were not going to win the league, Coach Karim Zito said he will fancy the MTN FA Cup and go for it. They had an awkward semi-final in Brekum, Chelsea. They managed to beat them by 1-0 here at the University of Ghana Stadium here this evening. They met Golden Kick in a very competitive and an awkward opponent. But they managed against all odds to do the odd positive thing to win the game by 2-1. I think they deserve this, and Kotoko, they can go to sleep and think about how they will beef up their squad going into Africa.
Most definitely, without a doubt. And Karim knows that because he knows that he has to put a team into top shape. It's now the turn of the officials. Zito has collected his medals.
You look at the Hamza Obeng,
who
just completed the season with Vision FC. He has moved to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, former winner of this trophy with Hearts of Folk, when he was the assistant to Samuel Buedu. And now he's with Kumasi Asante. You know, he's a Kumasi boy. So he has just joined the party at the right time.
Exactly. And now is the turn of the captain,
Frederick Asari.
He will take the last medal and then he will do the honorable thing.
Well,
of,
there's a rumor that he'll be leaving the club as well. Would this give him the perfect closure where he captained his team to win the MTN FA Cup? It's a proud moment for him, and he'll be happy to say, I was the one that captained the team to win the MTN FA Cup for the 2024-2025 season.
Well, it's been wonderful, it's been fun, it's been amazing a ride for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and this is the proud moment of a captain, and the trophy will be handed over to him by the Minister of Sports and Recreation. Greater Accra is also represented, obviously the landlords of the land. Congratulations to Asante Kotoko. Now he moves over to his colleagues, and then we will have the fanfare. So, ladies and gentlemen, the FA Cup champions, Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Wow, Kumasi Asante Kotoko. A perfect ending to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. This is beautiful. They are enjoying the moment. It's glittering. It's sparkling. It's beautiful. This is befitting for and the anthem is blasting through the sweet Kotoko. Oh, say what a party mood.
What a season. It's been fun.
Adina Piki.
It's been exciting. It's been exciting. If there's one person who can tell the story very well, it's this young man next to me. The boy has been following the game from all levels. The boy in Komokakra. Give us a little briefing tree about all that has happened here today.
Of course, you have shown one of the fantastic game. You know, no behind him, sir. They are going to kick, but put surprise. Sanya, oh yeah, or a brana going to kick, and Bobo Quanity, a house of folk boy, you know. Going to kick Koi Kaula to send him. just say yes indeed. Golden Cake for no omuni popo. May your commentary what you said when you are not say yes. Indeed, Golden Cake for no, they are one of the fantastic team. But unfortunately, no, things didn't go the way they are more expected. At the end of the say, congratulations. Kotoko fire the papa. Kotoko fire the papa.
All right, well, viewers, it's all over here. Kumasi Asante Kotoko have been declared the champions of the MTN FA Cup. They beat Golden Cakes by 2-1. A late penalty did that in that Golden Cakes, and they had to succumb to defeat. Congratulations to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We're looking forward to a positive outlook from them coming season, and obviously we will be following closely the exploits of Ghana's representatives at next year's CAF Champions League.
Well, they deserve it. They deserve to play in the CAF Confederations Cup. I think they'll be worthy ambassadors of our local league. And I say congratulations to the Porcupine family. But for Kumasi Asante